I was the all-time leading scorer at Richmond High School, all-time leading steals and assists. Sports was my life. But along the way, I met some very good people when I was in college, and they just showed me a different way. From the neighborhood I came from, all the people who had all the nice things basically was doing things on the other side of the law. And once I got a chance to get some exposure outside of my little small world, I started to see other people with the same thing. I'm going, I kind of like to be like that guy. When I first took the job at Richmond High School, they basically had no nets on the goal, they had no shoes, they had no socks. 50% of all the student athletes who entered Richmond High School never graduated. They was almost dead last academically in the state of California.
Richmond High School needs a lot of attention. I mean, it's a lot going on there. They're taking the sports out the school right now. I mean, it really do, because a lot of kids, despite the fact it's not a great athletic school, it still got kids in there who wants to be somebody.
2 weeks ago, the school board shut down all the athletic programs in Richmond because the taxpayers didn't vote for a referendum that would have given money from the taxes into the schools to fund athletic programs. So there are no more athletic programs in the school system in Richmond.
I'm not saying this is not going to be a challenge.
So I was coming back to the old gym, and I thought I was going to get this warm welcome because my name is on the All-American board. And the kid was just like, please, you're dressed in a suit and tie?
Still holds records for scoring, assists, steals.
You look like a preacher.
Are you some preacher man or some shit? Because God ain't going to do you no good in this neighborhood.
Well, I live in this neighborhood, sir.
Sir, can you believe this uppity Negro? Sir.
You really are going to need God if you think you're going to come here and make us act like you act and say yes, ma'am, and no, sir. That's not happening.
Sometimes I felt like he was too serious, you know, like, you coming at me wrong. I mean, I didn't like him.
He was just hard-nosed. If he didn't do what he said, that was it. You're not playing, or you're going to do 100 push-ups for every time you talk back to him. So he was just mean. Coach Carter tried to make me play JV. I was a sophomore in high school, better than half our varsity basketball team. I wasn't about to play JV.
When it comes to stuff like this and basketball, he's real serious, suit and tie type of guy.
On game day, you're going to wear a tie, and you're going to wear a white button-down shirt, and you're going to wear your sports jacket, although you don't play. It's as simple as that.
I'm going to give you contracts. If you sign and honor your side of them, we are going to be successful.
Damn, do I get a signing bonus for signing this contract?
Yes, sir. You get to become a winner.
When I first seen the contract, I was like, I'm not signing this. What are you gonna do for me? Are you gonna go to war for me? Are you gonna, if I'm being done wrong in the classroom, are you gonna go tell my teacher she's wrong? Are you, if I'm being done wrong by a referee, are you gonna tell him he's wrong? If a fan threw a punch at me, are you gonna be the coach to come over there and help me, or are you gonna be the coach to sit there and just watch?
Each player signed a contract with me, personal contract, and their parent had to sign it also. And so out of the 10 things on that contract for student athletes, only one of them related to basketball. Just one thing. Everything else was academic goals and personal goals they wanted to achieve.
Is there anybody else who's not feeling this contract?
Unfortunately, 3 of the best kids in our program walked out of the gym, never played for me.
I don't do high school contracts. Tell us when you meet the real ballers.
I will do that, sir.
And they would walk by me and they go, when you want to win, call us. I said, I will call you when I need you. I never made the call.
There goes our 2 leading scorers from last season, man.
Then I guess we'll have new leading scorers this season, huh?
My dad took the Richmond job over at Richmond, and I just happened to be on campus one day, and they had the All-American blankets out, and then they had the record books out or whatnot. And I was just looking through them or whatnot, and my dad was the last McDonald's All-American that went there, and he was also the all-time leading scorer, assists, and steals record leader. So when I went home that night, it was like, I can go to this school and, be with my friends, be comfortable, or I can go to this school and do something great, something that hasn't been done in, 25 years.
20-year contract, sir. I've amended that contract. You require your players to maintain a 2.3 grade point average. I've committed to maintaining a 3.5.
He sat there himself, restructured my contract, withdrew himself from private school, called Richmond High, enrolled himself in Richmond High, and that night when I came home, he had took care of all the particulars.
The second page is a letter you need to sign that confirms my withdrawal from St. Francis. They know I'm leaving.
What? You withdrew from St. Francis?
I called Richmond. They expect me there in the morning.
I had worked many hours to improve not only my standard of living, but my son's standard of living. And so we could at that time afford to live on the other side of the tracks, per se, and go to a better school. And, like any other parent, I wanted the best education for my son.
All I want to do is play for you. If I'm one of the top students at Richmond, one of the top in the whole school, and I have great SATs, I can go to any college in the country. I'm asking you to trust me.
And he's just like, Dad, all we need is your signature on this. And if I don't, I keep over a 3.5, then you have the right to do whatever you have to do.
Okay. Part of growing up is making your own decisions and living with the consequences.
I got punished the same way anybody else would. If I was late to practice, I had to run too. I had to do push-ups too. I got yelled at too.
To have the love he has with Damian, about being around him, spending a lot of time with him, has taught me a little bit about what I need to have on my son. Not so much that I want to coach my son when he gets a little older, but I just want to be close to him and, we be able to talk about anything. And, watching Coach Carter and Damian together, it really has given me an insight on what a father can be and should be.
Faith has it that, he ended up going to Richmond High School. I ended up being the coach, and he ended up breaking all of my records that I had set years ago. To be successful, you need help. And so I wanted them to start seeing the team and the love that a family has. And it comes from my 7 sisters. I was one of the most nurtured kids in America.
I distinctly remember growing up, way back in Mississippi. And I can say that I'm actually proud of it now that I'm here in California and most of the family is here. There's one thing that I don't see here a lot, and it's close-knit families. And if one needs, everybody gets together and gives.
Coming from a family with 7 girls in it, he tends to be slightly more aggressive and sensitive to things than most other people. And he brought that to his coaching sensibilities.
I love my teammates to death. Now, me and my coach didn't always get along. I got kicked out of practice about 100 times a year. But, my love for my teammates will never stop. Even now, I still love them to death.
Our kids was just riding on cloud 9. This team was the best start in our school's history. We were 13-0, and we was undefeated on all 3 levels, the freshman, the junior varsity, and the varsity.
I remember one time in the game, we had, I was like, slow it up. And he had called a timeout, and he chewed me out, slow it up. I say, when we gonna slow it up? We ain't slowing it up. We was already up by 20 points. He said, we gonna go get him. He called out, and the very next play we ran, slam dunk, press the ball, come back, and just, I think we went on a 12-0 run after that.
The community had signs in the windows and stores, Go Oilers, Richmond High is #1. You go into the local bar.